Hi guys, and welcome to this week's weekly lesson. Last week we talked about when we use Trackman, how to fix your stroke, what Trackman gives us in terms of data and how we can make that better. In terms of trying to keep our stroke a little bit straighter back and through, improving your strike, which will obviously help you improve your pace control. And today we're going to just discuss some of the numbers that Trackman does give us to sort of optimize what we're doing in our putting stroke. Putting is a very personal thing, but there are a few certain factors that we need to take into account to make sure that we are achieving the most optimal results with our putting stroke individually, and how this can help us to reduce our strokes on the green and hopefully make more putts. Okay, so last week basically what we discussed was my old tendency was to take the putter back inside too far and push it out, and that was requiring me to use a lot of hands on the putting stroke to make sure that I can square up the club face. We rectified that last week. You would have seen in the video, and I'll bring that up in a second, where I felt like I was going more out and across with the putter. You'll see last week I over exaggerated that, which is a good thing, because I know once I take these tees away, and you'll see in the drill the tees are just set up for a straight putt. Once I take those away, my tendencies will come back in. So it's always a good idea to try and feel like you're over exaggerating a feeling with a drill that you do for golf, instead of just trying to make it perfect. Try and over exaggerate, because as soon as we take those putting drills away, you're going to go back to your old stroke. So today we've got a similar setup. I've got another 10-foot putt. I've got Trackman here. We'll bring up the data. Last week I was going a little bit too far outside, which I'll show you in a second. And this week we're going to see if we can't get that putting stroke a little bit straighter back, straighter through with a square club face. So I'm going to hit 3 putts here, and we'll bring up the data for those, and then hopefully we'll be able to rectify our mistakes that we made last week with our over exaggeration, and try and make sure that that putting stroke is consistently a little straighter back, straighter through with a square club face and a good strike. Okay. Okay, so there you can see with the Trackman data that I've brought up with those 3 strokes, the putting stroke's a lot straighter back and straighter through. I did miss 2 to the left, but I think my line was probably just slightly off. My pace was good and my strike was good, so that just means I need to adjust my line. Ideally, you want to be hitting a straight putt when you do practice this, but if you don't, it's okay. All 3 of those were good putts. They came off the center of the club face, and as you can see on that data that Trackman does provide us, that the stroke was a lot straighter through, straighter back, and the club face is square. So that's going to lead me to get a lot more consistent results, which will mean I'll 3 putt less. Be sure to give this drill a try. It's very, very useful, very simple to set up before you tee off, and I'm sure you'll putt better. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.